In a world that's more connected than ever, loneliness is becoming a silent epidemic. If you live in the UK, you may have noticed it yourself, or perhaps you've felt it. The paradox of living in an age of technology and global communication, yet feeling more isolated than before. It's an uncomfortable reality that many face every day, whether you're living in the heart of London or in a smaller town across the country. Today we're going to explore why loneliness is so pervasive in the UK and dive into ancient Eastern philosophies that offer profound ways to combat this growing issue. Let's talk about the loneliness epidemic and how Eastern approaches to community building might just hold the key to healing. Loneliness in the UK is more than just an emotional experience. It's a silent crisis affecting people of all ages, from young adults to the elderly. According to recent studies, more than 9 million people in the UK feel lonely often or always. That's a staggering number, and what's even more troubling is that loneliness has been linked to numerous health problems, including depression, heart disease, and cognitive decline. Despite living in a society with over 67 million people, many feel like strangers in their own communities. But why? The causes of loneliness in the UK are complex. On one hand, there's the fast-paced lifestyle that dominates city living, where work pressures, social media, and the constant hustle can leave us feeling disconnected from one another. On the other hand, there's a cultural aspect. British society tends to value privacy and independence, sometimes at the cost of meaningful connections. But there's hope. As we look to Eastern cultures for wisdom, we can uncover valuable practices that have long nurtured stronger, more connected communities. Whether it's the mindfulness of Japanese Zen, the compassion of Tibetan Buddhism, or the sense of unity in Chinese Taoism, these ancient philosophies emphasize the importance of community, connection, and mindfulness in ways that can be incredibly beneficial today. So how can these Eastern approaches help combat loneliness in the UK? Let's break down a few key lessons that can inspire us to build stronger, more fulfilling relationships. The power of Sangha. Building meaningful communities. In Buddhism, there's a concept called Sangha. Sangha refers to the community of practitioners, those who come together to meditate, share wisdom, and support one another. In a world where loneliness often stems from a lack of deep, meaningful connections, Sangha reminds us of the importance of a supportive network. In Eastern traditions, community is seen as more than just a social network. It's a vital part of spiritual practice. Whether it's through shared rituals, collective meditation, or simply being present for one another, the bonds that form in these communities provide a sense of belonging and purpose. For the UK, adopting a more communal mindset could help break the barriers of isolation. The Taoist principle of Wu Wei, effortless connection. In Taoism, there's a beautiful concept called Wu Wei, which translates to effortless action or non-action. It's the idea that we should live in harmony with the flow of life, letting things unfold naturally without forcing them. In terms of community building, Wu Wei teaches us to stop forcing connections or trying too hard to fit in. Instead, we allow relationships to develop organically through presence and shared moments. In the UK, where social anxiety can sometimes make us overthink interactions, embracing this Taoist principle might help us ease into more authentic, relaxed relationships, without the pressure of constantly striving for social validation. The Zen philosophy of interconnectedness. Zen Buddhism teaches us the importance of interconnectedness. In the Zen view, we are all deeply connected to one another and to the world around us. In fact, every action we take ripples outward, affecting the people we meet and the environment we inhabit. This understanding of oneness can create a deep sense of belonging and reduce the feelings of isolation that so many experience in Western cultures. By recognizing that we are not isolated individuals, but part of a larger interconnected web, we can begin to build more compassionate and meaningful relationships. The Zen approach encourages us to be mindful in our interactions and recognize the humanity in others. This leads to greater empathy, fewer misunderstandings, and a stronger sense of connection. The Buddhist practice of metta, compassionate love. Another powerful practice from Eastern philosophy is metta, or loving kindness. This practice involves extending compassion and goodwill not only toward ourselves but toward others as well. By cultivating metta, we create a sense of community through acts of kindness, both big and small. In the UK, where loneliness often arises from feelings of neglect or invisibility, practicing loving kindness can help bridge the gap between people. Simple acts of compassion, like reaching out to a neighbor, volunteering, or even offering a kind word to a stranger, can create a ripple effect of goodwill, ultimately helping to dissolve the walls that isolation builds. The Japanese art of ikigai, finding purpose through community. In Japan, there's a concept known as ikigai, which refers to the intersection of four essential elements: what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. Ikigai provides a sense of purpose, and in the context of community, it can help us find ways to connect with others by offering our skills and talents to those around us. Incorporating ikigai into the UK's community building efforts can help people feel more connected by discovering shared values and interests. Whether it's through local volunteer work, a hobby group, or community initiatives, finding a shared sense of purpose can create deep bonds and a sense of fulfillment. Loneliness may feel like an insurmountable challenge in the UK, but Eastern philosophies provide us with powerful tools to create meaningful connections. Whether through the concept of Sangha, the effortless flow of Wu Wei, the interconnectedness of Zen, the compassion of metta, or the purpose-driven community of ikigai, these ancient practices can inspire us to build communities that nurture well-being, unity, and deep connection. So what can we do today to start building these connections? Reach out, practice mindfulness, show kindness. And remember, the path to overcoming loneliness isn't a solitary journey. It's a journey we take together. Thanks for watching, and remember, connection starts with you.